What's going on, guys? Quasi here, Quasi Media Network and Quasi Animation Studio. So my audio is gonna play a little bit behind, or rather, I'm gonna sound at a distance because I put my mic to the side and I don't have an arm, so it's on a direct stand. So this way now you might not be able to hear me as well. But we're gonna do a little work on the Squash short film for Horror Month. Horror Month, which is the month that everybody gets into the whole Halloween thing, right? So I'm part of this animation jam called the Halloween Animation Jam. So it's through the Discord for. I'll put the link in the bio for the YouTube channel that we're doing this through with the guy called One Gun Shun. So yeah, I don't know how to say the YouTube channel name. It's like Getterable Roshinwin, Shinwan, or something like that. But anyway, let's get to doing this with this character. This is the villain character or the antagonist, Squash. To give you some reference of the character and what he looks like if you haven't been following and paying attention, and I assume most have not. Let's check him out. So here are some images of Squash. Let's look at him from this aspect here. So there we have him here, there, and there. So yeah, and this is when I started with the model. Of course, his lips are black because I changed it later. Of course, we see here, and then here, you get to see, him in his element, so to speak. When I started building the set, and this is Aiden, the victim of Squash's attack. See him in the corner over here. That's not in the short, but still. Yeah, some spooky stuff here, right? So yeah, that's Squash, and he is a copycat of Pumpkinhead. Like, he likes Pumpkinhead, from the horror. He's a fan of that. All right, so and get this audio straight. All right, you good? You're not wrong, but just trying to find the right volume for that. It's sort of my thing. Hold on. All right, thing, like origami. All right, so the thing about playing this back that I don't like is the playback is sort of laggish. So like, I'll scrub across so we can see the facial expressions here clearly, right? So if I start over and I pan forward, right? You're not wrong. I don't like that, but right. All right, so this is the last frame. I'm gonna push forward 5 frames. Nope, subtracted by 2. All right, there we go. Select everything again. What the hell? All right. All right, so I feel like that's done. I'm going to now figure out how I want to do the body. A lot of times I'll use a mix up of mocap and my own personal hand animation. So let's go. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, I feel like that needs to be smoothed out some more. I'll go play with that. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. Alright, so to make sure this is playing properly, I'm gonna do a quick play blast. Now, the point in the play blast is to ensure that there's a certain level of smoothness, right? So if you go check out the Discord, my Discord, the Quasi Animation Studio Discord, and if you even go to the second channel, I mean the main channel, the network channel, Quasi Media Network. No, not on the network channel, Twitter. So Quasi Media on Twitter, and you can see some of the play blast stuff that I've already posted. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. Okay, so that line right here, but right there, that's you're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. But it should pause right here, and it's not. Let's check it again. I know you're probably like, this guy's tripped out. Oh no. Prepare for battle, boy. Okay, so then I think I'll just use an idle. I'll put his idle on because I have an idle animation for him. So I'll put the idle on and then I'll animate like his gestures. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. See that right there. This is hard. 3. You're not wrong, but it's sort of but that but it's sort of my thing. All right, let me check it now. It should work better this time. Yeah, I looked on the network channel. I had like 40 copyright claims for the models for DIMPs because of the old videos using Xenoverse 2 models, and then also for music that I used that was supposed to be legitimately royalty free. I guess they changed their license. So from now on, we'll be listening to tracks that I've made, even if they're old or new. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. Okay, so the butt didn't play. But it should widen. But not close up, it's closing up. Alright, so these. There we go. Viewport Renders. And I want to say this for those of you out there that believe that you need to have like some super stupendous computer to do this work, you do not. Okay. My computer is about 12 to 15 years old. It's really 12 or so. Okay. Maybe even older. But some of the tech is 10 years old. So, and my video card is an old video card. Nobody's even using, and they still try to sell them for like $200-300. But it is an NVIDIA GTX 760. I'm not using any new tech, not because I don't want to. It's just I don't have the funds to get a new one, and I've had this computer for a while, and it was built originally for gaming. 20 gigs of RAM. Was it i7 processor, 3.7 on the low, 5 on the overclock, gigahertz processor, 8 core. It's got, I don't even know how many CUDA cores it has, but it has a pretty good number. But either way it goes, I'm just like, dude, you can do it. You just have to learn how to work with what you have. But anyway, let's get back to it. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You like origami. Okay, so right here. I want it to sort of close. So between here and there. So between here and there, using animate. Okay, so let's look at something. So if I hit the N key, and you have animate, right? And then you have it up here at the top. If you have the latest version of it, of course, it'll be in your graph editor also, right? So what I'm looking at is you can go and select these blend types, right? So, or rather, like I say here, the curve tool. So you can sticky handles, whatever. So if I say I click sticky handle, right? So it says, if on key points will be modified independently from its handle if the interpolation is free or aligned. Okay, so right here, I'm going to free these because I want it to like look like it's closing. So you would go into the graph, or you can do it here, and you would go free, hit V and hit free. And then what I'll do, because I want to do it by hand, I'm going to click it and I'm slowly move it. All right, so now let's look at it. You know, like origami. Okay, so it didn't do what I want. I'm a backspace, Control Z. I'm gonna turn it off, and I'm gonna, hold on. There we go. Okay, and then I'll go back to sticky handle. All right, I turned it off. All right, cool. Now, let's check it. Because that part where it says like, I want his mouth to slowly close a little. You know, like origami. You know, like origami. Yes, I voiced this character. It's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. He is crazy. Right there. See that sticking? sticking way too long. So the next two keyframes need to alter think I'll delete the second one after that. Let's look at the playback. I have my playback, my animation render, viewport render set to F10 as the hotkey. So, yeah.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
Nope.
You're not wrong.
It's not bad. All right. Okay. So I know you're probably like, what is he doing? This is overlay. Okay. All right. Bones. On and off. All right.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
I like that. This is on. All right. And for the sake of some sort of like reference, I'm gonna turn the camera on just to have a bit of reference. And I know it's at the distance, so I'm gonna remove it. The camera for in the shot is I think it's an Alexa LF, an ARRI Alexa LF. But either way it goes, I'm doing it. No, it is not. It is a Super 35 on a 65 millimeter. All right. All right.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
All right. My mouse is such a trip. I roll forward and it'll go backward. So struggles. All right. Okay, so now let me see. Because I'm gonna bake all this. So add another track. And on that one, when you add this track, make sure it's selected, hit N, and go right here. You can say blending. We're gonna do add. Now understand, this is going to affect all of them, but this is animation layers, right? So clearly I already have 2 layers here. So here I'm gonna go NLA track and then go add. Now, after I bake this, that's gonna go to replace. But you have to come back into your NLA tracks and bring this back to replace so that you don't get any sort of weird errors or deformations. So let's pick the bones that we're going to use for this. So I think I'm going to have him, like the mirrors on. So I'm going to have him use both hands. So when I do that, I'm just going to pick all the bones that are going to be involved. Right now, I'm just going to do the arms, and I'll probably do the shoulders after the fact. So I already have down here in keying on the timeline, whole character selected. So you can go in and you can pick what it selects, right? So type in whole, and then whole character, only select the bone. So when I hit I, it selects the keyframes, and I don't have to do anything after that. Okay.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing.
So right here, now use your dialogue as a place of reference, so to speak. So you see I come down here and right, he's going to say this line, I want his arms to go up. So it'd be a little bit behind it, right? So let's see what it's on 130, 131. I'll come down here, subtract 16 frames. Okay. And then I'll hit I again. Now, the reason why I did that is I want, because understand it's on add, so it's not replacing anything. But usually if there's no key on 0, it will make it pop into place. We don't want it to pop into place. We want it to gradually go into it. And I don't want to have to do blending on top of that. All right. So we went negative 16. So this time we're going to do plus 16 to 131, right? Okay, so boom. So understand this is on local and individual origins. Now, I know you might say, well, you didn't do the same thing on zero for the shoulders and right now here, the second for the hands. Well, let me explain. I don't want the arms to pop. So I want them to already be set and ready to go. Okay. Because remember, we're baking this. So I want everything as smooth as possible. And then, so the beginning frame for everything else, according to what my workflow works better if I don't have it waiting. So if it's within that time frame of whatever frames amount of frames that I've given it, so that space is relevant. But the main portion will snap if it doesn't have any reference from zero. The other ones I'm not tripping on them snapping because they're working in conjunction to that main part or action. If that makes sense to you. No, not yet.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
Okay, yeah. All right, so get these arms done first. All right. But just this hand by itself, I'm gonna do the finger. So go over to the main pose library and we're gonna give him a different hand expression. Nope, because I only have the wrist hand and he's already doing that. So no, we're not gonna do that. I'll just do it by hand. All right. Do not forget to turn off X mirror. All right.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
Okay, that was too fast. Hold.
You know, like origami.
All right, so I want that to gradually make its way down. Hmm? Oh, hold on. Yeah. No, this. There it is.
Thing. You know, like origami.
All right. So this space between here and there, I'm going to give it a. All right. So another good add-on is Twing Machine. I believe it's free. and you can find it on GitHub. So we're only doing rotation here, so there's no rotation location, right? So I'm gonna hit 10%. Well, let's say 0.2% at 10%. Okay. So yeah, that's tripped out. Let me redo that. 10%. See, that's too much. All right.
Thing, like origami.
There it is. All right. So now I'm gonna add 6 frames. 6 frames. All right.
Thing, like origami. You're not wrong, but
Just that
it's
easy.
sort of my thing.
All right. So let's look at the playback, because the playback here can fool you. So don't forget to do play blast. Do it at a small frame resolution. Let me say, go into format. Right here, go into format, and then change it to something like TV NTSC or something like that, or whatever, just a smaller format, and create a play blast folder just for that. And then don't forget to go back to your output folder and change it back to your normal render file. Don't use both files for the same thing. All right, playback. I always pause it. I always pause it before I start playing it so I can look at it.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. Like origami. You're not.
Okay, so that last, I want that to last a little bit longer. All right, so 3 frames. I'll do it from 100. Could do it from 100 instead of from 0. I just want to see that part of it because I still have to do some animation ahead of this. Anytime you're doing or you want to look at your playback, even if you don't go to up here and say um, play animation. I'm sorry. No, 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 no. Where is it? Oh, render and then say play animation. Where is it? Yeah. View animation. If you go over here, you can select it, or you can hit Control F11 and it'll play it.
Thing, like origami.
That's better.
Like origami.
I do feel like they could take a little longer. Add 5 more frames. All right. 5 more frames should do it. I wanted to kind of almost go down as he's saying, like origami. Yeah, there we go.
Thing, like origami. Thing.
There it is. All right. Okay, so here I'm probably gonna add a head and neck animation to this.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Huh?
You're not wrong.
No, wait. I'll wait to do that. Let me see something real quick.
You're not wrong, but it's.
But No, I wanted to. What? Yeah, his head turns the other direction. No, I wanted to go back a little. Wrong.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of.
Oh no. But but it's sort of my thing. So the neck. I mean the head is not far enough back. And the neck is too far back. Alright. Mm.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of.
Okay. So but it's sort. Nope, nope, nope.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of.
It's sort.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my.
Alright, so he should still be leaning into that one some.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. It's sort of my thing. But it's sort of my thing.
Battlefield instrumentals.
Alright, so I'm gonna look at the play blast. I'm gonna look at the play blast only so I can see where I need to refine it because I have the motions I want, but I may have to go in and tweak some stuff. Okay, I'm sorry. I was checking messages on my bad. All right, playback.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
Okay, so, yep. All right, I see what I need to fix. Let's isolate the head. All right. So right there, that too far forward. And then the head needs to be offset at least 2 frames on each one. So the head should be offset at least 2 frames on each one. This is for me. I'm not saying you have to do this, but it works sometimes to add an extra frame or 2.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like
So that forward motion is driving me a little. So it's like right there. That is bad. I need to get rid of that. So lock this. All right, and this one can become that too. So delete. All right.
it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong, but
Hold on.
you're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like
That forward motion, I keep seeing it. It's hideous. All right.
it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
No, it's back here.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing.
All right. This should be holding a little longer than that. Okay, so this should be coming back up. No, it needs to go up. Yeah, that needs to go up. Along with the head. So it means this would get deleted. And this one also.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like
That slide over. Okay, I see. Let me look at it from in here. All right. So right here, that's the jank. The neck.
sort of my thing. You know, like
Yeah, that's better.
sort of my thing. You know, like
But that pop forward, I gotta get rid of it. All right. Hold on. So. All right.
you're not wrong.
Do not forget to
but
say.
it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
There it is. All right, playback. Do 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 do. I know you're saying, what's that empty? That's for depth of field. I'm just not using it. I don't know why I haven't turned it off. Boom, 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 boom. Dun, dun. All right, let's turn it off. Okay. Playback time.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
This
You're
part
not
right here,
wrong,
right here,
But
right here.
it's sort of my
That sliding forward and back. Get rid of it. Yeah, it's too fast. The neck or the head?
Battlefield instrumentals.
but it's sort of my
That right there. Like this dragging backward thing. What is that shit? Alright, let's delete this. Oh no, I messed up. Delete, undelete. Alright, hold on. Okay. That sliding back. What is that? What is that? This is how it starts. Let's fix that. That's probably the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. So right here, hold on. This is the forward motion, right?
but it's sort of my
That snaps. So
but it's sort of my thing. You know,
that popping back. What is that? It's the head. That's what my issue is. It's damn head. It's still too far forward right there. But let's see.
I'm not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like
Okay, so okay. Right here, it should not be going backward. Whatever this is has to go away. Mm-mm. All right.
you know, like you're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
Okay, so I feel like when he goes origami, when his head comes down, his head should go down. So, uh-oh, undo.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong.
Okay, this part where his head comes back down, his head should come down way further. There we go. All right.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
Okay, so sort of my thing. Sort of my thing. I want this to still go down, like gradually go downward.
Instrumentals.
Hold it for 2 frames or 3. That's 1, so I add 2. All right, cool. Holding for 3 frames. Go.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong, but
All right, so right here. Origami. Okay, so one thing to note. The reason why you see me select this by itself is it's only selecting the keys on this curve. So if I just start moving around, all the curves in the back will also be selected still, even though I individually selected it. See how that's not selected? That's not selected, but that one is. So if you have them all selected and then you pick this, let's just do that. And then I pick this one. When I go to the next one, it's still selected. So it's going to, so if I do anything with the curve tool, it's going to influence all of them. So I deselect, and that means all of the curves are deselected. Hit C, and then I select just this one, and that's the only one selected. I think I want to do that the other way. Hold on. I'll do that. Okay, there we go.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my...
Okay, right there. It's like popping. Let's do a play blast real fast. All right, let's see. What's the playtime? 48 minutes, son. All right, son. You can get off the screen now. Tripping. All right. I like the fact that it's playing in the background all of a sudden. All right.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
Okay, so I want some center actions, so I'm gonna select this spine control.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but you're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing.
At 113. Uh-oh.
You know, like origami.
Oh, I messed up. Okay, hold on. Free sticky handles. Air blend frame. I'll do this by hand. All right.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong.
Okay, so all right. Excuse me.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
Ooh, what was that? Ew. Hold on. I know what the problem is there. Let's get rid of that. All right.
You know, like origami.
He should be back in his proper position. Huh. I know what happened. It's cool. It's cool. All right, so this short, so the entire short has to be at least a minimum of 3 minutes. I'm probably somewhere around about a minute and a half. So there's a few things that are going to be played out on this. They're going to just be hilarious, but at the same time, it's still a certain level of like jump scare stuff. So we'll see.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong.
All right, that's done. Okay, so here's the baking part. So here we go. Select everything, right? Don't forget to save. Go to bake, animation, bake action, pose, only selected bones. And then click. And then I'll just name it to that action to go into the scene. So yeah, I made a suggestion about this being a thing, like the animation jam. I was just like, why don't we do animation jams? They do game jams. Why not do animation jams? And it's like, I feel like the time frame needs to be reduced. I feel like a whole month is too long because it's not really challenging you. So it's like, hey, look, you have 7 days. That includes building the set, the story, characters, render, final composite. Oh yeah, final composite render, and then putting it out or posting so that it can be seen for the jam. And I'm just thinking about that, you know. See what I mean when I come over here and I hit the button? See how it says replace now?
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
Okay, so when we put this in scene, I'm going to add a blink, a couple of blinks maybe, and then his eyes are tracked to an empty already. So we don't have to worry about eye animation. I know you say, what about eye animation? Not going to worry about that. We're moving an empty or a focal point. All right.
Battlefield instrumentals.
On shot 17. So here we go.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
Okay. So because of that first shot here where he's shaking his head, give us an establishing point. So I'm gonna go in here, create a folder for this. To put a play blast in, come up here, make sure it's at my frame rate, close. Audio is on. All right, cool. All right, and then make a play blast. And you see how his eyes are locked because they're on this focal right here. It says squash focal. Yeah, that pop right there. So I'm gonna have to fix that popping, which isn't hard. I just blend it. Excuse me. I think it's too long because it's already done. So I think I'll shorten this from 300.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, that
but
popped.
it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
All right.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like
All right, let me just do the play blast. Ah, my nose itchy. My nose is itchy. No. My name is Squash. I could have done that, huh? My name is Squash. No, it's sort of my thing, like origami. All right, my bad. And the reason why I made this a video instead of a live stream is I can't live stream right now. My desktop just not connected to the internet, even plugged in for some reason. So, technology, right? Great. Ah. All right. Dum, dum, dum. That sickle, man. Dude is a monster. His name is Squash. Okay. Well, wow. Okay. See how that looks.
you're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
Yeah, that's better. All right. Let's add some blinkies. Time to add the blinkies. Right here. And it's just going to be Aiden's blink because they have the same eyes, right? Oh, no. Get rid of that. All right. Blink. Yeah, I'm going to shorten this to 280. 280. It's too long. All right. Another play blast. Squash is like, no, this is not how that works.
You're not wrong,
Yeah,
but
still like it
it's
jarred
sort
a little
of my
bit.
thing. You know, like origami. You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
I just like that line, man. It's just like, no. I feel like it's still jarring a little. 16? That might take it all the way out, though. Do another blast. Do another blast. It should be the last one for this, and then we'll end the video here. I know, folks. It's time to go. No.
Battlefield instrumentals.
Like origami. Like origami. Do not forget to save.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
One more play. No.
You're not wrong, but it's sort of my thing. You know, like origami.
I love it. All right, switch everything back to where it's supposed to be. 1080, 30 frames, and open XI. And this back to the regular folder, accept, and boom. Alrighty then. So, with that being said, man, I hope that everyone enjoyed this. Glean as much as you can from this video. I will do the same thing for the Versus series as I start doing more progression through it, and also for the Khalid Unchained movie. So, with that being said, man, nothing but love.